gentlemen, welcome to what will likely be the final episode of All Gas, No Trash, because we are going to be shut down imminently by Scientology. They're going to fucking come after us hard after this episode. But you know what? We'll still be here fighting the good fight anyways. I'm just being facetious. We're not fucking going anywhere. My name's Josh. I'm the bottom bitch. I'm number 2 here. To good buddy, superior host Adam.
Not good enough to fucking introduce the show. I should just start doing that.
I don't know why you keep letting me do it, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
Too late now.
Yeah.
What's done is done.
What is done is done.
Anyways, thank you everybody for listening, and today we're going to be talking about Linkin Park and Scientology.
Part 13, the search for more
Linkin Park.
Recruits, or what are they called?
The search for more followers. The search for more Scientologists.
True.
The search for more auditors.
Yeah.
The search for more Venusians.
SOSA, whatever, the...
You know, one of their headquarters is like right down the freeway here.
There's one in Hemet, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like right down the freeway.
Hemet.
Super close. We should maybe they'll invite us over and they'll audit us.
That's the compound where the people get brainwashed and...
Oh, that's probably where we'll end up
get
after
their
this.
shit kicked in.
Yeah, after this episode, we'll just end up there. And maybe we'll see Leah Remini on the side. And she'll be like, hey, guys, I fancy meeting you here. We'll be like, hey, you want to listen to a pretty all right podcast about music?
The most decent and the most all right.
Anyways.
That is the most decent and most all right.
All right. Before we get into this, though, if you want to help us out and basically contribute to our legal fund to fight Scientology, you can go to Game Rage Magazine, where you can like, comment, and subscribe so we can get those YouTube numbers up, so then YouTube can start paying us money to defend, again, the legal fees that we want to offset.
YouTube.
Game Rage Magazine. Look it in the search bar. Also...
Or if you subscribe, you just avoid that altogether, and you'll just get fresh videos and fresh shorts.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Never have to wash your shorts ever.
Ever.
Fresh new shorts every day.
You know, I heard that if you listen to Game Rage Magazine, that you actually never have to do laundry again for the rest of your life.
That sounds about right.
You wear it, you wear your shit, you throw it in the hamper. Actually, no, you can't do that. You have to hang it back up in the closet, and then you come back in the morning, freshly pressed, cleaned. Excellent. Also, if you want to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, you go to Game Rage Magazine there. If you want to follow us on Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Follow this show and Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. And if for some reason you like anime and manga, you can go follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast. He is like 15 minutes away from joining the Church of Scientology unless he increases his follower count on TikTok. On Instagram. So please help him out. Help us out. And not have to send Frank off to Scientology summer camp, okay? Please. Please go follow. I beg of you. Anyways, all right. So let's talk about fucking Linkin Park again.
Again, for the 19th billionth time.
I mean, they keep doing shit, and they keep pissing me off.
Well, I guess for me personally, it was the subreddit bullshit, because somebody had made a post on the music subreddit. It's just called music.
Yeah.
They are under the assumption, or they're of the belief that Scientology has raided or brigaded the Linkin Park subreddit, and it's not even that huge of a subreddit by comparison. Well, I mean, I don't know what 108,000 members of a subreddit is compared to the rest of Reddit.
That seems like a lot.
Because there's other ones like memes is, I don't know, it's in the millions, right?
Yeah, because it's memes, man. Like that. Listen, Linkin Park is Linkin Park, but Linkin Park ain't no meme, all right?
Yeah. And I had to see this for myself, because I was like, there's no fucking way. Actually, no, I did believe this. I
believed it immediately when you said it.
I believed it immediately. I thought if anything's gonna get crazy, or if something's gonna happen, for this whole thing to turn in favor of Linkin Park, to do a 180 about the negativity that Emily Armstrong has been receiving because of supporting Danny Masterson and also being part of Scientology. Yeah, on subreddit, it would make sense, right? Like, they're going to try to persuade people's opinion. It's going to be a psyop that, oh, Emily Armstrong's great. She's never done anything wrong. This place is fucking great. This is evidently the case, that they're trying to lay down the groundwork for possibly having people convert to Scientology, because I was checking out the subreddits, man, and a lot of the fucking comments that are positive about Emily Armstrong or Linkin Park, they look like they're written by ChatGPT. They're so generic and unspecific that it almost makes, or maybe it's not even ChatGPT. Maybe it's just actual people that just created new Instagram accounts and just flooded the thing so that people's perspective would change. And there was even a post, it was yesterday, I think. Linkin Park was on, I think, Jimmy Kimmel, if I wasn't mistaken, or it's either Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. But the title was, "Isn't this the greatest performance on Jimmy Fallon ever?" And they went into this whole diatribe about why this is the greatest performance ever. And like, people are like, what are you fucking comparing it to? And like, why are you saying this is the greatest performance ever? Like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, I love Linkin Park, but what the fuck are you talking about? So I'm starting to think that this is only the beginning of how soon do you think it'll be before you see Scientology people standing outside of Linkin Park concerts?
I think they're being told to hold off right now, but once the fervor starts to die down, then you'll start seeing them, and they're likely maybe even already at the shows, just, you know, chilling, waiting. Hey man, you heard about, take this pamphlet about auditing, and you ever heard about Jay-Xenu? You ever heard about a homie named Jay-Xenu? You ever heard about Thetans? You know, what do you know about Thetans, man? Because
that was one thing that was mentioned by that girl that had a whole expose to say about Emily Armstrong, the wife of the guy from At the Drive-In. She says, or I think it was both of them that said, it won't be long before Linkin Park has Scientology recruiters at their shows and shit. And I'm thinking, that can't be far from the truth, man, because the fact that they've already endorsed this chick, and maybe not so much the Scientology part itself, it's just if they're going to keep her around, I think they're inviting themselves to that. And if they don't outwardly speak and say, hey, we're not actually for Scientology, I mean, our new member over here believes in it and we're respecting that, but we don't personally believe in it, and we also don't want to endorse the religion. So if you people can stay out of our arenas when we're playing, that'd be nice. But they also haven't said that. They haven't spoke out against Scientology either. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's not. I think that the whole, like you were saying, the Scientology recruiters and shit, that's not far off. I feel like that's gonna happen. I mean, they basically, like, the Church of Scientology basically just bought a television station, like a television channel. So
it's a bit. Or are you talking about an actual station? Or are you saying that
they
Linkin
bought
Park?
No. The Church of Scientology they purchased a television network from somebody. I gotta look it up just so I know exactly what the fuck it is.
All right, I still got a little bit more to say.
Yeah, go ahead real quick while I'm looking that up.
All right, I think the way this has turned out, this is actually to the benefit of Linkin Park in probably the most disgusting way, because now they have a whole army of Scientologists that are going to be protecting them online, and you won't even know who they are because they'll have numerous Instagram accounts or whatever social media platforms. They'll create numerous accounts to talk about how great Linkin Park is. So to their benefit, it's actually going to make them look better, but it's not the right people, I suppose. And that's what I believe that this is the thing that they've invited themselves to by allowing a member of Scientology within their fucking group, is that they're going to be contributing to their cause, even if they don't even fucking want it. Like, if you get if you catch my drift.
Yeah. Man, this is so sad. The fucking channel that they purchased. They purchased Channel 22, man. The Spanish channel?
The Spanish channel?
Yeah, the Spanish, like, public access channel.
No way.
They purchased it, and now, I mean, they have their own TV network on, like, DirecTV. It's like, you know, they have their own, like, Scientology channel, right? But now they've purchased essentially a public access that everyone has access to. Channel 22, that was a Spanish radio or a Spanish. Yeah, it was Channel 22. It was.
It's still active though.
Yeah, they just purchased it for $30 million. So slowly, once I don't know what the date is. That was just in August when they bought it. So I'm sure it starts at the beginning of the year. or beginning of 2025 is when the whole format change will probably happen.
The programming
Will change, and then it's going to be all Scientology all day, every day. And then, I mean, we'll probably see Linkin Park on there fucking doing discussions. And maybe, listen, man, we talked about all the other guys in the band bouncing now, and they're not going to do this live tour. Maybe they don't want to be involved with Scientology.
Good.
Maybe that's part of what's happening. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're like, dude, listen, man, maybe we were cool with doing this shit after Chester. Maybe one or two of them were not cool with it. But now maybe the rest of them are like, dude, what the fuck, man? We didn't sign up for this Scientology bullshit.
I'm just saying that the audience that is now going to be mixed in with their actual fans, I don't know, man. I think the Scientology people are going to be dangerous.
You're right. I agree with you on that. And I really want to see in this album, this new one that's coming out in November, I'm going to give it a full fucking listen, okay? And I'm going to go through the lyrics, and I'm very curious to see if there's any Scientology-related bullshit in there. Maybe they're just going to ease it into one or two songs, see how it does, and then, all right, cool, maybe. I mean, listen, some could say that single that they released, like, I feel like maybe you could interpret that as, like, that whole song is about, like, auditing, like, potentially, all right?
Did you actually look at the lyrics?
I did read the lyrics, and I felt like, oh man, maybe it's not saying it directly, but like an interpretation could be made now. And again, this shit was written 2 years ago, at least, probably a couple years ago, depending on. I mean, it takes everybody a couple years to make albums, so I mean, this shit wasn't written like yesterday. So again, implying further that this has been in the works for a very long time, and I'd also be curious to know who at their record label is potentially a Scientologist, because that would be the smoking gun to prove why Emily Armstrong was chosen to be the new singer, because they were like, well, we need one of the homies in to make this happen. But it's this is just speculation.
Yeah, and this is probably at a time when there's like an Instagram account on Instagram that. There's an Instagram account.
I was about to say, no way. There's an Instagram account on Instagram? That's crazy, Adam.
Way.
No fucking way.
There's an account on Instagram that specifically antagonizes Scientologists, and it charts like this person's whole story with Scientology or whatever. Not that they were. I don't even think they were personally involved, but they don't like Scientology.
Yeah.
So the Church of Scientology owns a building, I think somewhere in like Hollywood, or I don't know where it is, but so probably I think it was on Sun. I'm not sure where it is, but anyways, I think they've shut down their doors. They're still active, but they don't even have their doors open where people are handing out brochures about Scientology and trying to lure people in, because this guy's been so active about telling them to fuck off and not trying. So I think this is probably at a time when Scientology is maybe at its lowest, with how many people have spoken out about what it is in nature, but also people like Leah Remini making documentaries about the things that happen and all that shit. And it's probably Scientology at its lowest. And I'm not saying it's orchestrated. I mean, shit, it's possible that it's orchestrated in that way, that if somebody from the record label at Warner Records is a Scientologist, that they put in somebody, they're like, hey, we need to get our numbers up. You know, Linkin Park, you guys have kind of fallen off. We can get you new followers and you can get you a new audience if you a
guaranteed audience.
Yeah, a loyal.
Yeah.
Guaranteed audience if you let this little person over here make them our new vocalist. What do you say about that?
Man, dude. If that ends up being true, man, I can't even. I might just fucking kill myself. I wish I had. That's crazy.
I wish I would have like a list of people that work at Warner Records, so we could just like Wikipedia them and see if they have any ties to Scientology. And oh shit, I'm sure we can just Google it and see if their name comes up with Scientology, or fuck. Even if we could do Warner Records in Scientology, if it even gives us a fucking name.
Man, let's see. I mean, I fuck. There's so much shit for Scientology. Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna take some research. We're gonna have to do another episode after we look into this, because I do feel like there is a tie that exists.
Yeah.
That would prove that, oh shit, this is it right here. This is what it is. And it would make sense why now all these guys, the rest of the guys in the band after that first performance, they all said, fuck this, we're not doing the rest of this tour. And they bounced.
Brad Delson and obviously the drummer Rob Borden or whatever decided to opt out earlier because he knew this was wrong, but Brad Delson only opted out after the fact that this shit had come out with Emily Armstrong. But I'm kind of curious if any other members are going to decide that they don't want to participate in this and they'll just keep replacing members and it'll just be Mike Shinoda and the rest of these people that are participating.
I feel like they already did.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like the rest of them already...
Because how many are left? There's only like half the band left, right? Of original members?
Yeah. I feel like the rest of them already said like that they're not going to go on the rest of this tour after that first show. They were like, oh, we're not doing this live. Like, we're not going, let's see.
Are you looking for the article?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Linkin Park members not going on rest of live.
This is for
this is this current one, yeah.
The 6 international dates that they're doing for.
Yeah, that's what they're. Let's see. There's nothing. I read it. Like that was a real thing, I feel like, but I'll just have to fucking look it up and see if I can find it later. But supposedly that was the deal, was like now after that first show that they did at the Kia Forum, that the rest of them all were like, man, we don't want to fucking do this tour anymore. And so they all backed out or whatever and of just this tour, and they're just, I don't know who the fuck's going to get to play, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look it up and see if I can find what specific article it was. But anyways, yeah, fucking A, man. This is all turning into a super shit show. And like I said, I will say, listen, even Gene Simmons has come out and talked about this. And
what did he say?
Gene Simmons says there's no rules in music. And he's right. There are no fucking rules. There's no rule that says you have to do this or you have to do that. But Gene Simmons also is like a shill for the record industry, so I don't necessarily believe anything he fucking has to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say he plastered his face all over pretty much every product that you could imagine.
Yes, so I don't believe anything that he says. But anyways,
as a man of integrity like Gene Simmons.
Yeah. Because when do you think of integrity? You think of the lead singer of Kiss, right? Like you think of Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
But
was there anything?
Yeah, there was another thing I was gonna say, that the upcoming album or whatever, everybody's been talking all of this shit, saying that, oh, Mike Shinoda's been going on just saying, oh, just give us a chance, blah blah blah. Yeah, cool. I'll give you the chance, right? I'll listen to this album, and I'm sure it's not going to be bad because it's all new stuff, right? I'm sure it's not going to be terrible. I probably won't hate it, but again, I don't need you to do the hits. That could be eliminated. If you would have eliminated the hits from this whole process, I'd probably be okay with this whole thing.
I also don't think they would have sold out.
No, they wouldn't have, because no one wants to hear whatever the fuck this new thing is. They want to hear the hits, and that's why they're doing the hits, because it's all about money.
Oh, they also charted #1 on the Billboard charts, if you can believe
with that
which I don't believe. I don't believe it.
No,
I don't believe that song is worthy of the #1 spot on the Billboard charts.
Well, if you have enough hard believers of a certain thing, of followers of Xenu,
to bump the listens or the streams, or
and if Scientology really is involved and they want to put some money behind it, this is advertising for them. That's what they look at it as.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Mike Shinoda is going to owe you a fucking favor in the future.
Yep.
Mike Shinoda on the Scientology channel. Hey guys. I can't even. This is terrible. Anyways, all right, I don't have anything else to add.
I mean, shit, man. If that actually ends up being the case, if they're actually, I mean, they already work with Warner Records, so it's like they already got anything they would need in terms of resources. But if they have Scientology behind them,
well, here's the thing: if Scientology is just footing the bill, Warner Records will be like, hell yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, man, we're losing our numbers.
Yeah.
We can do away with millions of dollars to make sure that Linkin Park is a success, and we'll try to wash away the bad taste of Scientology in people's minds.
Yeah.
And then we'll start pumping out the recruiters and have them show up at the shows and shit.
Yep. That's how they're gonna get their money back.
Yeah. It's an investment. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's an investment in there. Just like buying a $30 million TV channel, that's an investment in recruitment.
I'm kind of curious to see if maybe we'll see other bands start getting other members added or converted to Scientology.
Well, one of the things that Gene Simmons said specifically was he named all the examples of all the bands that have been going around that are not even like original fucking, there's like maybe one original member of the band. And I'm just thinking like, oh shit, what if that's the play? Like bands that were, I saw a thing that fucking some other, I forget who the fuck it was, some other stupid ass nostalgia act from the fucking like 90s, late 90s, early 2000s is coming back on a tour. And I'm like, oh, great, here we go. This is what we need. Just another fucking nostalgia grab, cash grab. But what of those bands that are mid to larger size that haven't done a reunion yet? Because maybe they're missing a member or two. Linkin Park, here's the test bed. If you can throw in a Scientologist and their numbers go up, why don't we just start throwing in more Scientologists to all these bands that don't have a lead singer or don't have a drummer or whatever? We'll just start spreading everybody out, and then as they owe us favors, we'll cash those in with, hey, maybe you do a song about Scientology, or maybe you let us use your song in a commercial to promote Scientology, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, this more than anything, I think is a lightning bottle in the situation for Scientology. Because, I mean, there's a lot of ducks to get in a row. There's a lot of ducks to get in a row for a band to accept a member into a band. One, that's assuming that they don't pay attention to who their members are or like the new recruits that they add into their band. Two, that they're cool with it. I forgot the rest of the points I had, but those are the two that I can think of.
Oh my God.
But there's a lot of ducks to get in a row for band members to add in, I guess, people from Scientology. But nonetheless, I think Linkin Park is lightning in a bottle for the Church of Scientology, if you can even call it a church. But I don't have anything else to add for this specific topic. But nonetheless, I'm still very surprised about how quickly things have turned for the Linkin Park subreddit. As I was saying before, it is obvious that these aren't in fact real people because of the, what do they call it? The cake day, the day that you created your account. Yeah. They're fairly fresh, and this has all happened in like, you know, in relative quick fashion. So the fact that these people are commenting and making these posts and they don't have a lengthy backlog history of being on Reddit is suspect, I suppose.
That is very suspect. Man, there's a lot of fucking famous motherfuckers I didn't realize were fucking Scientologists.
Like who?
One being Beck. I didn't know Beck was a fucking Scientologist.
That's a big one, yeah.
Fucking, what was the other one? Oh, Michael Pena, the actor guy.
Not Michael Pena. Who does he play?
He's in a bunch of shit. This is what he looks like. He's in a bunch of shit.
Was he an Ant-Man? Was he the Ant-Man guy?
I think he was in Ant-Man. I think he was an Ant-Man.
I don't know.
He was in End of Watch with fucking Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, he was in a bunch of shit.
Is he comedic? Like, usually comedic roles?
Yeah, he's like the comedic relief.
Okay, then he probably was an Ant-Man.
I'm just looking up Scientology music just to see if anything like fucking comes up. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. 25 musicians. Let's see. This is from 2017. This is a while ago. But man, Billboard.com doing fucking Scientology fucking.
Maybe they paid the money, dude. Maybe they paid the money for that number one bill, but they're like,
Courtney Love is a Scientologist?
No way.
That's what it says, man.
Active or?
She thanks Scientology. Yeah, as of 2017 when this article was written.
Nah.
Dougie Fresh?
I don't trust that. I don't trust that.
You think this is fucking Scientology propaganda?
No, I just think that if she was a member, she's probably. I thought I saw something that she's not a member anymore, but I could be wrong. I mean, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh man! Oh, they had to throw in L. Ron Hubbard in here. He's not a musician. Fucking liars.
He's good at playing people, though.
Yeah, he is. Man,
playing people like instruments.
Fucking Frank Stallone. He's not a musician either. Man, fuck this article. Brandy is a goddamn Scientologist. Jeez, that's insane. Well, all right. I don't know. We're fucked. We're all fucked. Everything's gonna turn into Scientology.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, all right. Well, fuck. I guess that does it for us. If If you want to listen to more, go to Game Rage Magazine on YouTube. Hopefully YouTube's not run by Scientologists and our shit will be not allowed to be edited there. But anyways, go like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Follow this podcast at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. And then follow Frank so he doesn't fall into the clutches of Scientology at anime_syndicate_podcast on Instagram. Also, make sure to send him DMs after you follow him and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that Scientology isn't the way. And there's other alternatives. Just make sure you send him that DM. Because he needs to know. Anyways, all right, that'll do it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next one.